Okay. Yeah, there you go. Welcome to the MPM, or most profitable market program. And we're going to be looking in this set of slides at the engineering and R&D perspective. Hopefully you've been able to look at the entire program slides and video prior to this. So R&D worked with sales and engineering to produce superior products with the benefit of the MPM insights. Research and development, along with the engineering groups, strive to make the products better. This translates into lowest total cost of ownership. The MPM program utilizes decision systems to organize the intelligence needed for analyzing industries, processes, products relevant to the R&D and engineering efforts. The ability of the MPM program to sell superior products at higher prices results in greater funding for R&D and in turn more superior products. The program encourages sales, engineering, and R&D to work closely in identifying opportunities and then pursuing them. So the lowest total cost of ownership is the goal for R&D and engineering efforts. The aggregation of products, geographies, and individual purchasers needs to be evaluated in terms of the lowest total cost of ownership. The total cost of ownership varies depending on whether the product is high performance or general performance. A high performance product is in severe or critical service. These products are generally purchased based on life cycle costs and not initial price. A general performance product is likely to be purchased based on price or convenience. The initial price plays a large role in the total cost of ownership. Determining the TCO requires the knowledge of industries and processes, as well as the anticipated performance of the product in those various processes and circumstances. Ascertaining the lowest total cost of ownership entails an analysis of competitive products. Process understanding is needed to determine the lowest total cost of ownership. The determination of lowest total cost of ownership can require knowledge of upstream and downstream processes. A case in point is the selection of pumps for downhole extraction, where hydraulic fracturing is being employed. The abrasive sand in the proppant can cause normal pumps to wear excessively. It gets into the flowback of the product. More expensive designs are available. Alternatively, resin-bonded sand can be utilized and minimize the amount of flowback or sand that's carried back with the product. This changes the total cost of ownership differential between the two. A further variable is the price of the resin, which can also change with lower oil and gas costs. So in many cases, the LTCO is a function of a number of process variables. The lowest total cost of ownership validation requires collaboration among divisions. So validation requires convincing the decision maker, so it's really like convincing a jury. The other side will also be making their arguments to counter the supplier, so it really has to be a continuous and sequential process. The validation is made by multimedia, which includes magazine articles, conference speeches, and in person. So engineering and R&D personnel, as well as sales personnel, may be participating in a lot of these types of activities. And the validation needs to be based on accepted process variables, on accepted costs for labor, downtime, and energy. Subject matter expert testimony is more convincing if the expert has a body of evidence to support his conclusion. So a good lawyer assembles all the evidence and presents it in a way to support his assertions. McIlvaine has created a decision guide template in a number of different areas, and they can be expanded to provide the body of evidence. A subject matter expert who helps prepare and then is most knowledgeable about the decision guides becomes a subject matter ultra expert and provides the most credible testimony, and should be able to do this on a continuing basis. So the R&D and engineering decisions are enhanced by systematic intelligence gathering. There's a vast amount of useful information which is theoretically available, but nearly impossible to access. The industrial internet of wisdom is the organization of this information in a manner which results in better decision making by the users. McIlvaine has been creating decision systems for 40 years. Suppliers who strive for or have the lowest total cost of ownership products will benefit most from the world of IIOW. One new initiative by McIlvaine and Industrial Filtration News is to collaborate to assist filter purchasers in determining the lowest total cost of ownership products for unique applications in the filtration industry. So this partnership is beginning with an introduction of a new regular editorial column in International Filtration News entitled The True Cost, aimed at helping filter users identify the most cost-effective equipment solutions over the lifespan of their use. So decision systems take into account all the process options. McIlvaine has a municipal wastewater decision system which reviews all the options for equipment, chemicals, and process selection. In one case, the goal might be a drier sludge. In another, it might be the reduction of struvite. For WEFTEC 2018 attendees, McIlvaine provided a guide to exhibitors and speakers, which was supplemented by links to hundreds of struvite-related articles. McIlvaine has a coal-fired boiler decisions, and there are a number of monthly alerts that go out on new developments relative to total cost of ownership that are part of that whole program. The intelligence system in coal-fired boilers allows you to go in by any kind of a product, such as an agitator, or a process such as acid gas removal, or a company, or a particular type of text, whether it's a conference paper or a case study. So these are the background support that is necessary for the most profitable market program. Thanks for your attention.